Seconds out. Round one.
Luis Garcia began his professional career at the Neptune Arena in Cork 2 years ago with a TKO victory. And it's gone on like that ever since. Win after win after win to make it 9-0. His opponent here is 7 years older at 29. Comes from Uruguay and has had all his professional fights. That's 21 in South America. 2 in Brazil, 1 in Argentina. That was his only loss in Argentina. And the rest, 18, in his native Uruguay. Now watch this fellow, Luis Garcia. I think, remember, he's still only 22. He hits hard and he hits often. And I wouldn't be surprised if in a couple of years' time you're saying to each other, I remember seeing him on RT television from Letterkenny and other places in Ireland, and now he's the world champion. Anyone who's been in the gym with him would agree with that, and I'm sure Dave Boy McCauley wouldn't argue.
He's one tough cookie. This Olivera seems to have a pretty good record. I know all his fights were fought more or less, you know, in his own home country, but 21 fights, 20 wins, you know, so he looks like a pretty tough cookie, but he's not really shaping up in my eyes right now as good as what his record suggests, Jimmy. But maybe that's because he was fighting a lot of hand-picked opponents, you know, from his own country. But he just doesn't look as good to me. A guy who's had 21 fights and 20 wins, he just doesn't sort of, everything doesn't stand up.
Doesn't that look like the way Garcia does? I tell you, Garcia,
let's go.
Left lead, that jab is really heavy, and he crosses a big right hand.
No, let's go. Get up.
Emil Tina's saying, get up.
Get your head up.
Picking up on that affects Mike, but I'll tell you one thing. So keep your head up, and most of all, don't be taking a knee.
You know, Emil realises that Olivera here, they sort of play acting, and he's being awkward here. You know, his head's down pretty low. He's trying to stay out of danger, but like he's not shaping up at all. You know, and Emil spotted that right away.
If he doesn't keep his head up, it'll be kept up for him because this boy hits hard. Luis Garcia from Cuba. Look at that for two-handed punching and such accuracy.
But Jimmy, there's one thing that and Acosta does it too. They hit. It's not a slap, but they're not punching with the knuckle part of their glove all the time. It's you can't categorize it as a slap, but it's not. They're not. Yeah, they're just a clubbing punch, which they're not getting their full power into. Acosta is a terrible habit of doing that, and I've seen Garcia doing it in a few of his fights also.
Luis Garcia in the multicolored trunks. He's at it early, and he's shading the first round. It's scheduled, this one is for 8. Doubt if it will.
Get a tape on the glove. Tape on it.
Good stuff from Garcia in this opening round, but Olivera's making himself very, very, very difficult to catch with a real good solid shot. He's doing a wee bit of play acting here by complaining to the referee that he's been pushed, he's been knocked about. But it's a sign of frustration. It means he just can't get away doing his normal thing with Garcia as he has been doing with his opponent from his own home country.
Donegal, Dublin, Cork, Limerick, Belfast, now Letterkenny. Certainly Garcia is getting to know the geography of Ireland. He's been in all those places.
You can tell here, see by the way Garcia walked out from the corner there, you can tell by his eyes and the way he's conducting himself, he knows that he's well in control here, and he knows that he's not in any great danger, because I'm sure when he looked at Olivera's record, 21 fights, 20 wins, he says this guy's pretty special here, but he's just not as special as what his record suggests, and Garcia's found that out from the opening round.
And as you said, Dave, so rightly so, 18 of those fights that he won were in his native Uruguay, and I'm sure they weren't exactly riveting world class either. But look at this for Garcia. He's coming after his prey now. And keep your eye on that pretty secluded right hand of his, because when he gets the opening, he'll let it go. Jorge Rodriguez Olivera, one from Uruguay, Get a quick little look at the referee there underneath his eyes. Garcia in control through one underneath there. Jorge's making himself difficult to manage, but that's all. It's basically from behind he's fighting here. That's that right hand let loose, this time not causing any great damage.
There's nothing worse, Jimmy, than fighting an awkward opponent, and that's what Olivera is. He's a very awkward opponent, but what you have to do, this is a learning curve for Garcia, that you have to break these guys down. You know, you have to break open their defense, you know, and get your punches through, because there's going to be tougher guys in this and more awkward guys in this the further up the ladder you go. You know, so you have to come to grips with these guys, you know, in a very short few rounds.
Let's go.
Well, we wonder if he has now. This is round 2, 3/4 of a minute to go in it. Garcia is certainly leading in the contest, but well, you wonder if this man carries a big shot. He's won 20 of his 21, only 9 of them by early stoppage. So Garcia, on the evidence of what he sees before him, probably realizes now that the fight is his to lose, or to be more correct, to win.
Let's go.
So the last 5 seconds, another round for Luis Garcia, I should imagine, on the card of referee Emil Teat.
Good stuff again from Garcia, but Olivera's defense is pretty tight, and Garcia's finding it difficult to get a good, solid, clean punch on. But he's throwing one point. Like, I can see openings, and Olivera's under the short rib there right away, so that's what Garcia should be concentrating on. Like, dropping some of those big hooks down to the body, because Garcia's left elbow is up in the air when Garcia makes an attack. So drop them into the short rib, and he'll have a lot more success, and he'll do a lot more damage.
The third of 8.
Let's go.
Bit of excess water in the corner of Rodriguez Olivera at the moment. So they're now trying to dry that up. Olivera proving to be as awkward as ever.
Let's go.
He's not exactly endearing himself to the referee either. This is Garcia's 5th fight this year. He won 3 on stoppages and 1 on points.
Stop.
And it's his 33rd professional round. Staggered him, although it didn't get through a clean shot. It more or less took on the gloves and chin at the same time. But it certainly staggered Olivera back. I think Garcia is probably feeling now he can do it in this round. He's finding it hard to miss at the moment. Some of those have been taken on the gloves, mind you. And they make a desperate crash and a noise, and you may think, unless you're watching intently, that they're scoring punches, but nonetheless he's throwing them in. Beaten to the punch every time, Olivera. Cuban carrying the colours of both his native country and his now residence Ireland. Interestingly enough, he has Ireland on the front and he's left Cuba behind. Oh, an uppercut coming in there from Garcia. There was a head remover. Half a minute to go. One thing I think, Dave, that Olivera is proving he can take a shot.
Yeah, but I think Garcia's finding it difficult, you know, to get a real good solid shot onto the chin or to the body because his defence is so tight. Olivera here, you know, it's very hard to get through, but he has to work his way through this. You know, you have to jab, you have to try and outthink his opponent here, like break it down, like don't be throwing big bombs all the time, you know, and he just has to like, vary the punches to the head, to the body, jab, you know, it's difficult because Olivera, he's very awkward. You can see here that Garcia's trying to throw some big bombs, and you can see quite clearly that Olivera's catching most of those punches on the gloves. So you have to take your time, look through, because all these punches here are being taken on the arms or the gloves. So you have to, if Garcia had to take a short step there to his left, he could have banged in a beautiful left hook to the body, but a lot of fighters don't tend to take that half step and look and then see and then punch. A lot of fighters forget about that.
It's round 6. Referee is going to keep a tight eye now on Olivera in this round. Any kind of misdemeanor at all, he could be in trouble. Also, he could be in trouble from that left lead of Garcia's, not to mention the right cross, which he has on tap there, ready to let it go. There's one, there's the straight left, it's straight to the gob.
Start boxing, man.
You better start boxing, basically is what Emil Teeth said, or else I'll stop it, and then you'll say for not protecting himself. That's what a boxer's got to do at every moment. He's got to protect himself for as long as he can, and when he can't anymore, then it's over. He's full of shenanigans, this fellow, though. He's liable to do anything, including going down on a knee. There's a couple of wild misses there. Good left hand from Garcia. He's down again. You wouldn't believe it.
Get up. Do you want a box? You want a box? Let's go. Do you want a box? Let's go. Box. Box.
Well, that's straightforward, isn't it? Whatever language. You want a box, do it. If you don't want to do it, lie down and say goodnight.
Step off him. Let's go.
This time he goes down, but he was helped there by a right hand, and that's enough. The referee has had enough. Bye-bye. Good night to Olivera. He tried the patience of a saint, to be honest with you, but eventually he went down. Is that 7 times you went down, Dave?
There's a whole lot.
Yeah.
You're a lost count.
Only one from a punch. So in case you're in any doubts, the winner, referee stopped it, and the winner is Luis Garcia, who brings his impressive new record to 10-0.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 1 minute and 55 seconds of the 6th round, the referee has stopped the contest. Jorge Rodriguez Olivera in no position to continue. The winner, Luis Garcia.